amazing. So good. Aaron surprised us with that new waiting screen, I'm all jazzed up.
Me too. I love it too.
I had some fun.
I liked it more than you, Ben.
No, I liked it better.
No. I appreciate Aaron's efforts more than you.
I think, yeah, Aaron's more handsome.
Well,
than
I'm
you
just
are.
going to say the first time I ever saw Ben make that face in that Game of Thrones promo, I knew I had to use it for something.
Just use it across everything.
I have it saved now.
Good cross references to our other work, Aaron. So I kind of feel like we need a weird orchestral punk dubstep music underscoring our entire
I'm afraid
podcast.
I don't have that.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess
have
we'll just have to talk
What do you
over.
mean, like this?
Because we're doing John Wick versus John Wick 2, Ben.
And they do a little bit of that. A little bit.
How's it go? Like, what kind of? How's it?
You're trying to get me to do it.
Well, yeah, I want to know.
It had that like kind of,
Hummit, do something.
I don't know. It had that like kind of pulsing.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd classify it dubstep, but it was something.
It didn't get that far.
You're killing the mic, I bet.
Yeah.
And we lost 20 listeners.
So we're gonna do. We kind of ran out of new movies, or at least got burnt out on new movies. I feel like.
We're gonna do. Like I suggested to the guys, could we do the Valerian movie? They're like,
No.
yeah, I broke my leg.
And then
No,
I suggested
please.
we do Atomic Blonde, and then you guys were like,
So there goes our
It
female
might be
audience.
good. It just didn't seem good.
That's a John Wick kind of movie where you don't want to go to the movie theater to see it.
yeah.
Like, I'll pay. I'll pay it. when
Yeah.
it comes out on video.
So instead, we decided to do
The Showdown.
our second Showdown episode. So we're not going to do the good, bad, the ugly. We're going to do a showdown between John Wick 1, which came out in 2014.
It's actually titled John Wick 1.
John Wick
They knew they were
1.
going to make a second
Yes.
one.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
One of question mark?
Yeah, John Wick 1, The Search for Money.
So John Wick versus John Wick Chapter 2, which came out this year, so it's still kind of relevant.
Okay.
Fresh, fully clean.
Oh, so it did come out like very recently.
February? I think, February.
That's what I thought. I hadn't seen either of them till today. So.
I saw
there's that.
I hadn't seen either until like less than a month ago. And then I actually saw John Wick 2 before John Wick 1, which we can get into. That was not the way
That
to
was like
go.
me as a kid. When I was a little kid, when I saw Star Wars, I saw Return of the Jedi first, then Empire Strikes Back, and then A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Yeah, but
This was the hope
So
we were
you saw
talking about.
the Christopher Nolan cut, huh?
well, yeah. I knew everything was going to happen. So yeah.
All right, so the idea of the showdown is that we're going to go through both movies, comparing
Comparing and contrasting.
we're going to unpack it through 5 paces, and then they're going to turn and
Frame by frame, we're going to...
Yeah.
24 frames a second,
30-second
2-hour
mark.
movies.
But we're going to
4
make a
hours.
decision. We're going to make a decision on which we think is better.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird that we're comparing 2 movies that are the same franchise, but I feel like they're different enough from each other.
Kind of weird. We kind of did that with Alien and Aliens.
Yeah, this is the same franchise.
That's true. We made that work.
Yeah, we did.
We'll have
Oh,
to
it
come up with a
worked.
really kooky showdown someday.
The good thing about those ones, that movie franchise is that they are completely 2 different types of movies.
Right.
So
And
that
so
was a benefit there.
This is very similar kind of movie, but like what they did with it was different. So
Yes.
let's get into it.
Like that music, Ben?
Tombstone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We can only play for 5 seconds. Facebook will shut us down.
And we're taken down. Let's go to our first one.
First,
The best Wick.
I'm a little confused by your wording here.
So I'm really talking about
Wick 1 is
candlestick wax, which is Wick 1 is it?
Thank you. We are in the right.
Both of us, yeah.
I'm getting paid per time I use the crickets.
So I think this is the best place to start because this movie is in the mold of something like Taken, which is like this absurd action movie where we're just gonna. I mean, this was directed and written. I think but like kind of spearheaded by two guys that were like stunt people. So like you can kind of see where they worked in so much of that like kind of new look, really cool action stuff. But the movie's only as good as the main lead because it's all like a funnel to this like one hero star.
Be throwing some shade on Keanu.
I'm not throwing any shade on Keanu. I want to talk about which one was better, and I think that kind of you could break that down into like.
Are you saying there are two different John Wicks?
There's two. Yes, one's a clone of the other.
What?
No.
That's not what I gathered. They were very similar characters. I'm trying to figure out what you want here.
So really, I just want to talk through.
That's what
characters? It kind of gets down to I feel like how they how they wrote this character, how they wrote the character, kind of what the motivations for that character was in each movie was different. And then you could also kind of get into what Keanu's performance was in each one.
Okay.
So like between 1 and 2. Which Keanu was your favorite?
I like the one with less scars.
What?
Less scars or cars?
Scars, because he's
okay.
Clearly, no. I think
up in the second?
I actually don't see the difference.
Really?
Well,
I saw two completely different John Wicks.
Of course, I haven't watched the first one in a while. I like the first one more because I think it wasn't the way his acting was. I think it was just the character written. His motives were better.
Mm-hmm. And that was, I think, the number one difference.
I think the motives were so much better, and really, his reason for doing those horrific acts are like, okay, we get it. You killed your little puppy that was your love of your life's last gift to you, and took your car. But it was more about the puppy.
And more about his wife, probably.
Well,
but I guess just happened
bring her back, John.
Like just a couple days, weeks before. Like it was
who knows
days. I think they might have even said a few days. It was a few days. His motive. I think the John Wick in number 1, his motivation felt like very personal and emotional, and it was all like cathartic revenge for all this. I'm just going to mow down everybody, come out of retirement, and then be done. And the John Wick in number 2, like,
it was
he just kind of, he had no choice the whole time. It was like he was kind of kind of nudged into doing stuff, and like, oh, you got this marker all of a sudden.
Godfather 3 John Wick.
Huh?
Godfather 3 John Wick.
Yeah. And so he just felt very like he's paying a debt, which I think is way less interesting.
Yeah.
But it's all thanks to Ian McShane's fault. It's all his fault
for setting up this elaborate society.
He's like, well, you've got no to pay the debt in the second one.
Well, that's because he had to.
You had to follow the rules and do what I say. Thank you, Mr. Schwanger.
We'll get into Ian McShane.
I love him.
He's amazing. He's so good.
If you ask me, after hearing what you said,
well, we didn't ask you, so
screw you.
Just push the button, Drew. I'm just kidding. We're asking you.
I'd have to give it to the first John Wick in that regard because, as you said, his motivations were more clear and intentful. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we all agreed on that point.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron.
Yeah?
Here's your end of the deal.
That's very good podcasting, is silently handing a $1 bill
I'm going to frame this.
Aaron. Jeez.
Here's your $1 back.
It's my precious.
The only other thing I would add in is that John Wick I want to talk about Keanu too.
Okay.
Because I saw two different Keanus too.
You think so?
I felt like we need to give him immense props for both movies for like doing so much of his own stunts and
I did wonder about some of that.
They did like these awesome these long shots, where he was like they didn't cut it to death. But do you performing
think,
everything.
So in the second one, let me ask you this question. When we talk about the stunts, do you think the part where he's wrestling the guy down the steps?
Oh no, not that.
Do you ever seen the Conan O'Brien when he wrestles everybody? Like it goes clearly stunt doubles, and they start watching their stunt doubles. I would wonder if that was going to happen. It was like they could keep going dramatic
wanders out
steps.
like, oh, I'm in frame.
Yeah, it was the Jon Stewart and him fighting one.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's so good. But I mean, he did a really good job where you didn't, even if they did use a stunt double, it felt seamless, like he was doing it all the whole time.
Yeah, there was no point at which I was like, that's a wig.
Yeah, you're like, hey, it's like the Star Trek. Remember, like the old Star Trek? See, the new ones,
the wigs.
Like, clearly, that's not William Shatner anymore. You know, and it's like clearly.
I would have loved like some Shatner like hammer punches from Keanu.
See, I would love to do a serious movie, like a real serious movie. And don't and fudge the stunt double on purpose to show the face, just to see if people
That'd be
like this. But don't do it like really like noticeable. But do it like I wonder.
Just put your face on
yeah,
the
there's all of a sudden like
I'm doing it. You know?
the Henry Cavill mustache appears on it again.
Oh,
and,
I was reading about that last night.
What?
You didn't hear about it?
Okay, Justice League. Henry Cavill has a mustache for Mission Impossible 6. And because of his contract, he couldn't shave it for reshoots of Justice League, so they're having to paint out his mustache for the reshoots
digitally, yeah.
Because I guess it's easier that way.
How long does it take to grow a mustache?
Months to grow a good one.
What about like? I think wouldn't it be better to have a fake fucking mustache?
I guess they take their mustaches very seriously in the world of Mission Impossible.
With the you're kind of right though. I was about to go against you, but like after seeing some of the practical effects for like, I don't know how you would cover that. How you cover up a mustache? You can add one.
You can shave it, but like if you had a fake mustache, it's freaking Hollywood.
Yeah. So
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Mission Impossible is even all about putting on a.
Yeah.
Why can't we just have Superman with a mustache? That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
You know what?
Or like give a throwaway line for why he has a mustache.
Maybe this will. Okay, if they can do that, if they can digitally remove the mustache from freaking Superman, maybe they can save Wonder Woman and go back and digitally remove the mustache from the God of War.
Yeah, from oh my God.
Yeah.
You cracked his wide.
Call George Lucas on the phone.
The people who
say those fucking Ewoks need to blink quickly. That's all that was missing from the original Star Wars.
Yeah, we're really getting into John Wick, guys.
Sorry. And
funnily enough, that's my favorite special edition edit.
It's like, finally, all these years, the fucking Ewoks can blink.
Finally.
It did bother me that they couldn't blink, okay?
I didn't know they didn't. I didn't even notice it until...
For some reason, I did.
Sense.
I think we're getting off track
Yeah,
here.
we are. So, back to John Wick.
Good.
So, Keanu, I guess... What they did a good job with the character, and I think he played it up really well, is in the first movie, it was very much like, this guy's a legend, and he's coming back, and he's working again.
They dripped it in real slow,
so
too.
good. The way they let that out, and the way Keanu played it was really good. The second movie, though, I really can't tell if they... at first, I thought, oh, they just wrote. They because you could tell in the first movie, the writing's not that great for the dialogue. In the second movie...
Not much better.
But I felt like the performances around him were like just completely made Keanu look like crap. Like the way he delivered his like one or two syllable lines.
Well,
the
worst part when he said in sign language. What did he say to the girl after he killed her? He's like
not if I see you first.
Or no. After
he said sure, I think.
Oh.
He goes. He said like sure and sure. And then after he said sure, he goes sure. It's like,
I did wonder about that.
Like, just keep it silent.
So
we see the big
just like
caption.
Utter.
I did think that.
And
you're like, no, if I see you first.
I'm kidding.
Wilbur.
Yeah, I felt like he was not, and they kind of made him really corny too. With like for one, he was draped in like he was more superhero in the second movie.
Yeah,
because he got that.
Tactical
that
suit.
tux thing that's invincible.
Yeah.
And then they did that whole stupid scene like they did in Baby Driver where they're pretending weapons are food and drinks and stuff.
I would like a tasty.
I was sitting there watching the movie. Matt was in my head during that scene.
No.
Thank you.
Matt cringe. You heard it? Close up on cringe?
I like it. That's pretty good.
It's like If you saw the new
that
Rick and
stupid
Morty,
mouse.
the wind in the background, lose. That's
it.
my voice in the back of your head going, "This sucks."
What the fuck?
Weapons aren't food.
Yeah.
Just quit being cute.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
funny.
It's a fucking gun.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
know how to have fun.
The finest cutlery, sir. Like, I don't know. It just made it,
Yeah.
like the scenes where he was actually
You know
not
what?
talking and fighting,
They
it was
should-
good.
They
but
should have
like,
broke out in song like in Beauty and the Beast when when they go be our guest, but it should be all about guns.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Be our guest. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty much what they're doing.
AK-47.
Yeah.
It's like bulletproof vest.
Ridiculous.
See my vest. See
So
my
yeah,
vest.
I didn't like superhero John Wick that couldn't speak in complete
Well,
sentences.
it's funny that you say that because
I know kung fu.
in the first movie, I liked. Here's what I liked about the John Wick in the second movie. It's that at points he actually felt like he was in danger. In the first one, it wasn't so much that for me. I always felt like he had it under control. I don't know.
They did raise the stakes with like better. This is a good lead into the next one, actually.
Hey.
Raise the
Yo.
stakes on good threats and villains around him. I just felt like with his suit, I didn't get a sense of danger.
I mean, you could still stab
Personally.
the suit, and they did.
That's true. Fair point. Fair point.
Are we moving
I still
on?
think John Wick 1 is better.
I do.
Well, I think
because he's a
so, too.
legend with this pencil and
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll give it to the first one, but I still had that point on the second.
You're a little
Anyway,
closer. Yeah. All right, so let's go right into number 2.
Best
villain. And there kind of were a bunch in each one.
Yeah, I mean, there was no real one.
So in the first one, it was really Theon Greyjoy the son.
He ruins everything. He's ruining Game of Thrones.
I think he's awesome. I
I know,
love that
but, like,
actor and this.
Yeah, but like
He's Aaron. He's the son that killed the dog.
Yeah.
I
who we're
kind of
talking
pieced that together.
that clue.
He has no penis.
He's a eunuch.
Yes.
In the
Just yeah.
He kind of was doing like a weird. He was supposed to be Russian, but he did like one line with a Russian accent,
Yeah,
and
what
then
was up with
immediately
that?
went to Britain.
Yeah.
Went back
First
to his.
movie, everybody who was Russian had a perfect English accent when they weren't speaking Russian.
You're right. It's kind of it's kind of like the opposite effect of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with
Costner. Yeah.
Costner. He started out with a British accent, and the director's like, just
It's the reverse Sean
Yeah.
Connery.
Just stop.
Just cut it.
Stop.
Yeah, it's not working.
stop. Just be
Maybe
you.
they could do that in post.
just be.
Just replace do ADR just like with the mustache.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I didn't hit her.
We got to do that at some point. So it was really just him and his dad, right? That were the two main villains in
Yeah, pretty
one.
much.
Yeah.
And I guess the assassin, she's from Agents of Shield. I don't remember her name.
she was kind of blah.
She was gonna play Wonder Woman at one point.
yeah.
She just wasn't. I don't know.
Meh.
Schmick.
She gets her butt cheeks pushed in pretty easily, so I don't know.
You know, the villain. I like the sign language girl. She was not really much
In
of
the
a
second
foe
one?
in the second
Yeah.
one. But what I liked about it was, this is a man versus a woman, and like it clearly shows this is a man versus a woman. Like she put up.
You liked that the
Well, no,
wait, what?
you know,
They
okay,
did
so-
that in the first one too. We were
I know,
just talking
But
about
I mean,
it.
like she really wasn't that much of a threat to him compared to everybody else because it's realistic.
That's what you liked about it?
No, because it was realistic. It's like it's not like a.
I think what he's trying to say, and I would have to
No,
agree
I'm
with
no
him.
glad
matter
we
how-
didn't go see Atomic Blonde.
Well, no matter how.
I'm coming to your defense on this one.
Okay, I'd like to hear this.
Guys are just a little bit stronger than women physically
Yeah.
most of the time.
Absolutely.
And she did pose a threat, but not in that sense.
But it was like, I'm going to stab you with your own knife.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean? It's like he still threw her around like a rag doll. And that's because that was believable, even though he's not believable. But like I'm saying, like even like a
She had to play to her strengths, and she did it well.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't like her very much.
No, I
hate
didn't like
her.
I-
Actually,
I didn't. No, I didn't
hate
like
that
her. But I
lady.
just wanted to bring up that scene.
Okay.
For controversial.
You know what? I hate her. I hate her because of Orange Is the New Black. I
Is
watched
she in
her
that?
In that show. and
Okay.
When as soon as
I
she
knew
came
she was
on, I
in
was
something.
Like,
I didn't know what it
Well,
was.
you little tykes, you little millennials.
She
I'm not
plays
up to
the
you.
butch girl in everything, and I'm sick of her.
Buzz's
Yeah.
girlfriend. Woof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to the first movie. I like the Russian Dad.
You like the Russian?
The Russian Dad. He's in I think he's in 24. Isn't he in 24?
I've never seen.
I don't know. He was very good, and I liked. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous with Theon, the son, like what he was doing, like to kill I'm gonna go steal this car because the guy wouldn't sell it to me. Like his motivations were stupid,
Well,
but the
he's a
dad
stupid
really,
kid.
the
Written
dad
by
did a good job.
stuntmen. Let's keep.
Yeah, written by stuntmen.
Let's keep that in mind.
You know what I liked about the Russian Dad
Yeah,
is that he was visibly afraid of John Wick, but it seemed like throughout this whole movie he was having a blast. That's what I liked.
and, yeah. He had that kind of like gleeful look in the car at the end of like,
He's like a career man.
can you believe this guy? He's
Like he doesn't
action
want to
hero.
die, but he's relishing every minute.
Yeah.
That's what
He was a formidable villain. He was a good villain.
I will say the number 2. So the main villain in the second movie, he had at least like his rationality for doing things.
You mean the Italian?
The Italian guy?
He
Yeah.
was a bitch.
He played. He played a Joaquin Phoenix emperor kind of like.
Yeah, he kind of did.
You're gonna get it, you little cunt.
Yeah.
20 minutes in and we dropped the C word.
Sorry, mother.
Right after talking about how women are physically inferior to men.
Well, there goes my career.
Yeah.
It's all coming to the surface. This
Clearly.
episode. We're not even halfway.
Oh, my heart.
Get off my lawn.
But yeah, he
Get off my plane.
they did a weird thing of like setting up this elaborate reasoning for him to like want to kill his sister and take over this
It was stupid.
this whole
I'm
new
sorry,
plot
that
of this
gold doubloon thumbprint thing was an ass pull. I hate it.
Yeah.
it was dumb.
Also,
And he was also just such a wuss. Like he never showed any. He
He
was
never
just
did anything.
yeah.
The Russian dad did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like. I also liked the black guy that was guarding.
Common. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was a good. Like he was like.
Wait, which one?
So I was going to point out
Cassian?
too the
Cassian?
Yeah, Cassian.
I don't know names.
Common. He's like a rapper actor. now.
Okay.
Oh,
But
yeah,
he
he did good.
the number 2. So I agree. The main villain in number 1 was better, but sort of like the number 2 henchman battle.
He was really good.
He was way better than the like mayhem guy in number 1 that had nothing to do.
I forgot Mayhem was the number 1.
His like main like main moments were just like speak English, dude.
Didn't Mayhem get run over by a car?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
bringing
he
it
got
down.
smashed.
Yeah.
And that was all he did.
He's like,
the whole thing.
and then he rolls over. Someone should splice that commercial, and then he can roll over like, I'm a guy in the street.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm coming to get you.
I'm gonna kill John Wick. I'm a
No, you're not.
I actually really appreciated that scene where they
I forgot Mayhem was in it.
where they flew through the glass into the Continental, so they had to cool it down and stop fighting and have a drink together.
In the
Yeah.
second,
I like
with
that little break.
I loved that moment. I hated the
How'd they
acting
go?
and writing.
Yeah.
Like it was just so bad. Like you could tell, like big picture, they can figure out
Good
the
idea was
scenes.
there.
They just can't.
The-
They need a writer.
I
They
think
need a
George
better
Lucas
writer.
wrote this movie's dialogue.
No,
there was no, like-
No, it was good dialogue.
I killed them all.
We love each other.
It's like, yeah,
My what? I can't do it. Keanu.
sand gets everywhere.
Every time I saw Keanu pick up the phone, I expected him to be like, "Hello."
Well, we
On his rotary phones
we-
everywhere.
I
Like
said
what
that
the
to
hell?
myself.
I don't know if this is jumping the gun. Oh wait, my mic is off.
I said it to myself
There we go.
during the second movie. Why does everybody have rotary phones? It's 2017.
He had one in his home, not just in like the fancy like hotel.
911.
Forget about the fact that 25% of the world's population is in this hitman crew society. Everybody still has rotary phones.
Operator, connect me to the hotel guy.
Morpheus. Speaking of Morpheus,
We'll get there. Hold off on that. Let's.
Don't talk about Morpheus.
Yeah, the villains I feel like they were also kind of tamped down, like in this. Like
There
they
were
didn't want to overshadow. Like they made Common a better foil in the second movie of like a sort of like when they finally show down 1-on-1, it like feels you can feel the weight of it. but like the actual villains themselves were kind of we don't want to overshadow John Wick here.
And I don't think they could have.
That's true. No, they didn't have the assorted cutlery, and I'm gonna hold on to that forever.
Oh, assorted cutlery.
That's my one complaint. But they try to create this world that's like the fantasy of it, kind of like this is clearly not real.
Well, so like the first one was like a typical crime, mafia, Russian family boss kind of villain story. The second was more about you owe a debt to somebody, but it's almost more so about like a network of assassins constantly coming to. Like the threats were a little bit different.
That scene where the dad from Hot Rod stops everybody at the end of the second one.
He called him the dad from other. I know him from
the dad from.
I know him from other.
That's
more
where I know
established
him
things.
from too, Aaron.
Yeah, the dad from us.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
that's a great.
Is it possible to make a man shit his own pants and not know why?
That's such a good movie.
That's funny.
So I guess it's decided. Best villain, John Wick 1.
I think so too.
Although
it's really close with Common. Like he was a good.
Is it a good way to put it where the first one had really high highs and then middling lows, and the second movie had middling highs and low lows? Kind of balances out.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
I would say Common's more of a Willem Dafoe type character, similar to Willem Dafoe in the first one, but he's got to do his job. You know what I mean? Because it was not personal. I don't know.
No, it was personal. That's why I was kind of confused at the start because I thought Common was like, dude, the person you're hired to protect is dead. Like, why do you care? Like, you guys have a professional understanding. But then he went on like a little spiel about like, I was really close to her. I gotta come after you.
Your ward. Pretty women are a wonder.
Moving on. Let's go to number 3. This is like...
He cut my mic.
We've got a lot of options here.
You cut it.
You're still on, bro.
No, I put my hands around it.
I
was mimicking like you really cut my mic.
You can probably still hear you.
I hate you.
So, best action... So, maybe before we get into the nitty-gritty of picking the best scene that we can think of, like, between the two movies, was that there really wasn't a big difference between, like, in totality, like how good the action was. Right?
I think the action was better in the first one.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't think that at all.
We're gonna have some ground to disagree here.
I thought I would have said the second was better.
I think there was more action in the first one. I think there was a lot of dragging moments in the second one. I thought the scene where when he's shooting in the nightclub in the first one was the best scene.
That was really good.
That was one I brought up.
That was more iconic.
Like one of my favorite, the nightclub.
That was
with the little pool, like from the part where he strangles the guy from Daredevil and goes through the like little hot tub up into the rest of the club and falls down. That was really good.
Yeah, that was an intense scene. There wasn't a long one like that other than the beginning. Really, I thought the beginning was pretty good.
Yeah.
Of 2.
Here's my joke answer for this question. You guys were talking about the scene where they're going down the stairs in the second movie earlier, and I had to hold my tongue. The whole time that scene was happening, all I could think of was Black Sheep, where Chris Farley's going down that hill that never ends. Because every time you think they run out of stairs, they keep going.
They just kept rolling.
That's funny. That's funny.
I liked that scene actually. The one-on-one.
Oh yeah, I thought it was good. I just thought.
And it leads into the stop. But,
I was wondering to myself, how do people roll down steps like that and not get hurt? How do you train yourself to know how to fall that way?
Well, I'm sure they get hurt.
Maybe.
But I love the like you hear the audio. It's like, can you imagine ADRing that? Like,
okay, sir, you're in the booth and like, okay, can you spin around a few times for us? Perfect. That's a wrap.
Kakarot. That's right.
All right.
There's over 9,000.
Hey, he said it.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I actually was going to bring up the start of the second movie.
I think you're right.
That was took mine.
That actually was a really cool scene, but it loses points for me because it was totally irrelevant to everything. Like the fact that whole scene of him getting that beat up car back, like it was kind of like it's like his dog, he's got to get his car back, but like it really didn't impact. Like the second movie basically hinges on the Italian guy just showing up at his house, and then the movie actually starts from there. But that first scene, like, it was really cool, but it was just kind of like it didn't really matter.
Yeah,
it's kind of like an opening to a Simpsons episode.
Oh yeah, you're right. The opening to the second movie is what I would pick seriously, and I had some problems with it, as you were saying. I was like, why is this happening? And then when the car got destroyed, I was like, well, I guess this is all moot then. But then when he drove it into the garage, I had that moment where I was like, oh, he doesn't care what condition it's in, he just wants it back.
It's the principle of the matter.
Yes.
I also think it's...
He's a man of principle and focus.
I also think they wanted that actor, that one actor who's in like Fargo and everything.
Yeah, he's
I love
awesome.
that guy.
They're like, they wanted to use him, so like, hey, let's write a scene for him.
My fucking nephew killed a dog and stole a car.
That's a good impression.
That was really good.
You.
Does fit on the comrade.
Yeah, I usually hate. I'm not a big car chase or car action fan, but somehow they've done a good job in both movies, but especially that scene and
the cars
end of
actually
one.
get wrecked.
The car gets wrecked, and they kind of turn the car into like almost like it has fists and legs, like it swings around and hits people. And
when it hits the guy in the pillar,
it's not just a chase.
That was like oh my god moment.
Yeah,
like that was
I think
pretty
that's
cool.
what pushed it over for me to say best action sequence.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That was really good. It was good.
Really.
What was your favorite, Ben? Did you say?
Oh, I the first one.
The club.
The club. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah.
So the ones I wrote down from the first one were the club, the parking lot shootout, which wasn't good. That sucked. It was just kind of show up, but it came after the church, which wasn't really a good action scene, but it kind of had an awesome moment. Yeah, and then he burns everything.
Might not have been a real priest. Just say it.
Well, I mean, in the movie, it's a real.
Well, I'm saying even in the movie, it might not be a real priest.
No, they hired an actor who was for real authenticity.
No, I just mean
who was ordained.
Since the church was a front, I figured the priest was a front.
Yeah.
Nobody with me? Okay.
No, I'm with you.
I got an honorable mention.
I think he definitely wasn't. He was part of a crime or whatever.
Honorable mention action scene. In the second movie, in the catacombs, where he takes the shotgun and pins that guy down and then shoots him point blank. That was really cool.
Good.
I'm like, oh damn!
This stuff sucks.
That scene was cool. That scene was really cool. It just felt very sort of like tactical porn, which is fine to have a scene like that. I just
it seemed much more planned out than improvised.
Yes, very, very true.
And that's the key to some of these action sequences being good, is that you don't know the actors don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I think one thing we kind of take for granted how cool they've accomplished him just shooting people.
Almost nonchalantly.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to describe without
he shoots
seeing
from
it.
the hip.
He just kind of just bam, 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 somebody's on the ground and he shoots him point blank, and somebody shoots him up at his head. Like those kinds of close quarters.
Did you laugh kind of at the scene where they're in the subway and they're shooting each other from the.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
quiet.
that's my favorite. That was my favorite because I think it showed a one-on-one kind of moment, and it escalated it to the most ridiculous, which is what these movies are. Nonchalantly civilians just walking along. There's silence. People hear it. People see the bullets.
Well, but
people
also,
on the subway just casually watching these
also,
guys stab
real
each other.
silencers are not silent.
Yeah, they're still pretty loud.
They're still pretty loud.
Yeah, and nobody cares. He just murders someone right outside the subway, and people are just like, okay.
It was inconsistent because when he was out in the park shooting him with the waterfall, people were running.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That was an awesome shot.
That was an awesome shot, but people were running, and they still have silencers.
I think they were going for to amp up how understated it was in the scene with the quietness, I guess.
But when he was in Italy shooting up a crowd, people are seeing people die. They're like,
yeah, that's I love that.
You'd be running like crazy, like they did in New York.
Don't you remember Like a fourth of all the people in the world are in this secret society. They don't care.
Okay, yeah, they're probably all assassins, just like whatever.
Oh my God.
Gee, Jerry,
I'm not on the clock today.
I'm having a good time. How are you?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
so
hi, Monica.
that was all part of the. That was all part of it. It started with him killing off the violin assassin, killing off those two guys. One of which, I think, both of which with the pencil.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the fountain scene with Common, and then up into the subway, and then Common's like creepy face staring at him after he stabbed him. Like, usually scenes like this where it's like, oh my God, that's so ridiculous. Why isn't anyone freaking out?
But they did. But when the subway stopped, the people ran out.
Yeah, they ran
out. That was like appropriate.
I just felt like this was a great encapsulation.
You know why I thought it was good? Usually with these kind of movies, you have to keep like upping the ante every time you have an action set piece, and it gets to a point where you just can't up it anymore without it getting stupid. So they decided to take it all the way down.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. Like, they could have given him
down is the new up.
They could have given they could have given him like a nuke or like a rocket launcher or a tank, like, you know, just make it even more berserker. But like, you're right, they made it kind of understated. The only other scene I could think of was from the art gallery into the mirrors.
That was a cool scene.
And I actually hated the mirrors part, but I like the art gallery.
I like the mirror scene because they played on a James Bond movie. I forget which movie, and made it better.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but not good enough to say it's the best one.
No.
I thought it was kind of cliche to do something like that.
I'm sorry, most of this movie is cliche.
Hey, I've never seen
cliche too. Okay,
the clichening.
The cliche. You beat me to it.
Shocker.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like them. I didn't like the mirrors. I
could have done without it.
I would have liked
it added 10 pounds on them.
The more like Scooby-Doo. I could have liked the more like slow Scooby-Doo, like looking in and out of doors for the threat thing. I just don't like the mirror stuff. I feel like it's overdone.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I think I fall on John Wick 2 being better action.
I
said, okay, so that's 2 out of 3.
I think you were on 2 too.
Yeah.
I'm on 1 because I think, okay.
Who's keeping score here?
I'll compare it to this.
There is no score.
I'll compare it to this.
Okay.
I think clearly the best, like, pound per pound action in the Star Wars movies is the prequels in terms of lightsaber battles. Yeah. But the better battles are in the original, The Empire Strikes Back. Return the weight.
What's going on?
I think the action is better in that regard in the first one, where it's more of a payoff. Really, we don't know much about John Wick.
So if you if you're into the character, the action feels more important in the first one because I can
more important, but also it's like
I see what you mean.
Good point, Ben.
Yeah,
good point. Well done. All right, let's go. Let's move on to the number 4.
Brilliant.
Best supporting cast. So now's your chance. Talk about Morpheus.
Go.
Okay, so first of all, I think the first one has the best supporting cast.
Willem Dafoe was good.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
What?
John Wick.
You guys. Oh, you're so. You liked Willem Dafoe?
I love Willem Dafoe.
He sucked.
Get out of here.
You guys are just like charmed if anytime you see. Bring me Spider-Man. Like, come on. He did nothing in the movie. His character sucked.
I know.
He's just sort of.
Well, neither did
he was just misleading.
Lawrence Fishburne gave him a gun.
With 7
bullets.
Yeah. But he owned his scenes. Willem Dafoe just read the lines. He did not. He didn't bring any.
Okay.
To it. I guess when he got.
It was kind of interesting. It was kind of an interesting meetup. Oh, look, they're together again on a rooftop. Like old times.
Are they going to bring back? What's the girl's name?
Trinity
in the third one. That'd be amazing if they.
That'd be perfect because Trinity would be the third.
Oh my God! It's meta.
They combine Morpheus and his character from Predators, which is a bad character in it.
Where he's a
crazy guy. But John Wick and I go back a long ways. Back in the old 1999 and 2000s.
Back when my neck was smaller.
I need
And my gap in my teeth was bigger.
No, the first movie I saw Lawrence Fishburne in was Searching for Bobby Fischer. Do you
Did
remember
you call
that
him
movie?
Fishman?
Fishburne.
Or
You said Fishburne.
I think you said Fishman.
Wish we could have a picture of Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, all you do is picture Lawrence Fisherman and the Gordon Fisherman. Like, boom, you know?
Searching for Bobby Fischer. Good movie. Watch it.
Where is
Well,
Bobby
he's-
Fisher?
Lawrence
I don't
Fishburne's
know.
had.
I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised across both movies the
The Matrix.
how good of actors they got for some of these parts.
Yeah.
and they kind of just show up for a scene or two.
I was
like
expecting Anthony Hopkins at some point.
John
Yeah,
Leguizamo.
but he was
John
booked for the
Leguizamo.
Transformers
No,
movies.
what's
Yeah,
his name?
that's true.
It's not John Leguizamo. What's his name?
Yeah, it's John Leguizamo.
Luigi. John Leguizamo.
That was him?
Yeah.
Okay.
In both movies.
He had like his one scene in each movie and just like disappears. And they just
He
kind of
was on
just
Land of the Dead, you know.
they just kind of show up.
He was the Violator in
Spawn.
Spawn.
That clown thing.
Yeah.
He was also
Another movie
yeah.
he was in. I liked in the first
It's
one.
hot in here.
The first one, they had the two guys from The Wire, which I thought was pretty good. And the one of which is his name's Daniels in the show, but he's the like not butler, but the guy at the hotel that takes care of his dog in the second movie.
Oh, yes.
I thought
No,
he did a
yes.
good job. I thought he was pretty good.
More
No?
to the point, what was the better puppy?
First one.
I thought the most unrealistic thing about across both movies was how well behaved that little puppy was after like just being showed up, like dropped off in a little box and
I
just
think that was to point out how good his character is with living things when he wants to be.
That dog would have
Am I
shit
going
and pissed
somewhere crazy with
everywhere.
That dog reminded me of Eddie from like the
Frasier?
Frasier. The beginning. That dog, you know that dog, Eddie?
Yeah.
He was in everything in Hollywood. He was also the dog in The Mask.
I'm pretty sure that dog was
Yeah,
a
then he
she.
got a coke problem.
It was a she.
Yeah.
Get the cheese, Milo.
You guys are
We know some behind the scenes stuff, okay?
yeah. Well, the dog in the second movie is going to be like his partner in crime or
Mhm.
They
whatever
really need to
going
strap a gun
forward.
to that dog.
It looks like
Yeah.
the dog from that terrible movie, the Tom Hanks movie.
Turner and Hooch? Hooch?
Turner and Hooch? Was
Is that what it is?
It's
Yeah.
not the one with Chuck Norris. That's Top Dog.
What's the one with what's his name? Jim Belushi. What's that one?
I don't know that one because Jim Belushi's awful.
He's a terrible human being. He lives in
Quite
Medford,
terrible.
Oregon now.
All right. We should go meet him.
Yeah. So
Listen, Jim Belushi.
So
the
Jim
worst
Belushi
person.
was not in the supporting cast.
No, he was
Unfortunately.
eating the supporting cast.
Craft services. Yeah. So we haven't talked. We need to talk about Ian McShane, Hot Rod Dad, because he kills it. I thought, even though
Really killed it.
I
he's
wish they clearly got really good actors, but only paid them for very little time. Because in the second movie, it was like clearly Ian McShane's character is going to be a big part of it, but we can't pay him enough, so we're going to make like Ian McShane light to like be the associate hotel owner or whatever who John talks to every now and again, and then we'll bring Ian McShane back at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Ian McShane's character is really
The
good.
Italian Ian McShane, right? That we were talking about?
Yeah, the guy that was like, "Are you here to kill the Pope?" No.
No.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, here
that
you
was
go.
a different hotel. It was in Italy. There's different ones, remember?
Sure, yeah. If that's the happiness hotel, I hate to see what
That's-
the sad one looks
There
like.
can't be one in New York and Italy at the same time. There's two different ones.
Wait, you're right. Okay,
Yeah.
I got confused. I actually had a question like, is there more than one Continental?
Yes, there is.
And
There would have to be.
There's two. There's
so
more than
he
one
was the
continent.
manager at that one. Okay.
Yeah.
But Ian McShane runs all of it. Like the
It
main
seems that way.
the main base is his
true.
Continental. Okay.
I guess.
All right. Whatever.
You kind of lead into it that way, I think.
So I kind of would just say like from these non-villain characters, especially I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick even the better cast or the better support. I think the second movie they acted better, but I don't know. Do you guys have any strong opinions?
Benjamin.
I don't like the one girl assassin in the first one. I don't know. I think there was more supporting cast in the second one.
True.
But I think the first one was a lot tighter of a script.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Forget the script. We're talking about cast.
I mean,
I
think there was enough cast in the first one. I think there's too many. There's too many. In the
too many.
one.
Yeah.
So it's Spider-Man 3 syndrome in the second one.
Yeah, a little
just
bit.
a lot of like little I don't know.
Before Spider-Man 3, there was Batman and Robin.
I would just give it to the second one just for the sake of Morpheus and his like Mike Tyson pigeons on the roof, and like just introducing that character. And
yeah,
the fact that they decided to do that, like whatever. We need a way. Just he really had nothing to do with the movie.
Practicing your Tim
Are you
Curry
finished?
laugh for September 8th?
No, that was my Predator.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell are you?
But yeah, because his character was totally had
Off the
no
rails.
reason to be there. He literally was just like, here is a gun with 7 bullets,
Yeah.
where like he could have walked down the street and like asked somebody. They probably would just give it to
How
him.
about you fucking pick up all the guns you killed off everybody else?
I mean, he served no purpose other than to just be a Matrix reference, and so I appreciated that.
On a rooftop.
So,
Like,
all right,
like very visible from every bridge.
yeah, everybody knows where you are.
You know?
Yep.
I didn't concretely say mine. I like Willem Dafoe. He was the most memorable to me.
Virginia.
Let's move on.
Bruma fast.
So let's do the last one. It's kind of a catch-all of like
here?
what, and maybe we've already talked about it, but like what's the X factor that kind of stands out in this movie that's not sort of on the surface?
Of each
Define
one.
X Factor again.
So it's sort
I
of
didn't
like
see
the. I think so when we did Alien and Aliens, I think we all kind of agreed that it was Bill Paxton's character, like the kind of
Oh, so just
enthusiasm he
element
brought
of the movie that picks it up.
Yeah, that kind of gives it that charge. I'd say
the villain in the first one.
the villain,
The villain in the first one.
the Russian guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the X Factor.
Russian.
Yeah.
I would say, well, so for one, I would say the opposite of the X Factor for me from either movie. In the second one, it was
that wasn't the question, man.
it was the it was the stupid
Sticking to
it was the
a script.
stupid cutlery bullshit
Okay,
that scene.
yeah.
But in the first one, it was the cleaner that would show up and like clean up the
Yeah.
bodies. Like
Oh,
you did not
yeah.
need that. You didn't need that there. Like what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, but not cool and important and
Oh.
good acting and,
Oh.
and worthless. I would say. So, Aaron, do you have one?
The puppy.
No, that's not an X Factor.
The fact that they killed the puppy kind of got you on board, though.
Yeah.
Like really
It did not
like,
help
oh my god.
me, or it did help me a lot because I had a dog look just like it when I was a
Ooh.
kid.
Yeah, but also the
Brutal.
weight of the puppy, what the puppy meant,
Yeah,
too, was
forget what it meant. I had that exact dog.
little Milo.
My X Factor. Jeez. You hated it, but I kind of liked that bulletproof suit in the second one. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite thing. I just thought, oh, that's cool. That explains how he's not dying every other second.
That's true. At least they took the time to think about it.
But then again, every time they do something like that, it takes him a step down on the superhuman scale and just becomes a normal guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing, actually. I'm revoking my vote.
Revoking. I would say my X factor, just for especially John Wick 1, is the idea of the hotel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the second one, they kind of pushed it, but I feel like that's the X factor for me for number one. The fact that they had that element in the movie where it's like a safe haven and they thought through kind
that's
of this
good.
society.
Yes, I'm changing my answer to that.
Okay.
To the hotel society thing.
Yes.
It wasn't so widespread in the first movie.
Yeah, no.
It
they
was
didn't have
all-encompassing in 2.
tattooed operators like sending out bounties and
dumb.
stuff.
That
and,
old
That would
lady
kill
with the
him.
tattoos on her fingers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was stupid.
And the idea of the marker and like just
It was too ambiguous.
all of this weird.
It was an ass pull.
But
It's an ass.
The movie, it could have ended at the first one without all this ass pullery.
Well, As who knows, John Wick 1 out of question mark. We'll see how many they go. Maybe they'll expand into like fast food
How well did it
restaurants
do at the box office?
So I've got that information.
Ooh.
How much do you think? So both movies, obviously, Rotten Tomato scores mean nothing, but they did really well ratings-wise, which is why the first one got the greenlit for the second, and the second one did even better. The budget for the first movie was $30 million. Budget for the second movie was $40 million. How much do you think the first and second movie made?
One made 45, 2 made 60.
No.
How much?
I think it's more than that. I think the first movie didn't make as much as the second movie, obviously, because I think it's one of those things where it's the Matrix things, like where it was probably better on DVDs and whatnot. But I think the first one was $30 million. I probably think it would make $150 million back.
Are you talking
how much
international?
is the second one?
I thought we were talking U.S. box office.
We're just whatever it said on Wikipedia.
Whatever you wrote in your journal.
Yeah, I just made up the numbers I thought were right.
I think the second one maybe made roughly around the same, but a little bit more.
Okay. Somehow neither of you are close.
But who was closer?
Who wins the actual showcase?
The first one, $30 million, made back almost. It made 89 back, so 90.
But is that international or not?
I think it's everything.
Okay.
I think it's all. The second movie was $40 million. It made $171 million.
Not bad.
So I was close.
It got the hype from the first one translated directly to the second one.
I'm going to say this: if they made a third one, it's going to go down. Those numbers are going to go down.
Oh, no way.
This
is locked into the Fast and Furious zone of like people love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's going to go down. It's the same movie.
That's a good box office return. Do you guys remember the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie?
Yes.
That was one of the best box office returns I've ever seen. I think the budget was around $700,000.
Yeah.
It made like $6 million.
It made a ton back.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, there's also like what was it? But like Blair Witch was like the
that's probably better.
probably the best.
Low budget, big earning.
It was the
Budget to revenue.
the other one,
Paranormal
one, the first Paranormal
Activity.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
made a
that has to
ton of
be it.
money.
It made not like didn't cost him not like cost him like $5,000, but $10,000 to make.
It was like not in the millions or something.
yeah, they had static cameras.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And now you realize why they made so many.
So
So
the first one was decent.
yeah, I mean, it's a formula, but let's decide. So we've covered John Wick
Who wins?
1 and 2. Who wins? Turn.
Reeves.
Shoot. Keanu Reeves is the winner.
Because he's raking in the cash. He's like, I
And
got
he
a
hasn't
second
aged
life.
a day.
I'm drinking the same Kool-Aid as, what's his name? Tom Hanks. Or Tom Cruise, excuse me.
There you go.
Not Tom Hanks.
How does he stay so young? He's looked the same.
He was a vampire,
He's still in
right?
the
Remember he
Matrix.
was in Vampire.
That's true.
What's that movie?
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Well, oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. He's the worst actor in it.
So you're just
probably
gonna
right.
pick the actor to win, not
No, I think the first one by far.
You say the first one? Yeah. Aaron?
Virginia.
It's really tough. Because there's a lot of really good stuff in the second one,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of really good stuff in the first one. Normally, I like to be a contrarian.
Yes, you do.
Thanks, Ben. I would have to side with Ben and say the first one.
Okay.
Because there was so much that was good about the second one, but it didn't feel like it needed to happen. It was like The Matrix Reloaded. I love that movie, but it didn't need to happen.
Yeah, like there's better action scenes in the Matrix Reloaded, but it's just
Yeah, it's prettier, but
Cut your losses at one, and it would have been perfect.
yeah, they made more money in the second one.
As I said, I saw the second one first, and I did not like it the first time I watched it. I was like, "This is so dumb," and I didn't really get it. But once you see
So dumb.
once you see the first one, though, you care about the character, and like you feel like you get it. And Keanu's better in it,
Fair warning,
and you
boys.
and you really you understand why people like this. And then watching it back again, the second one, I liked it a lot more. But even though I think I might have picked 4 out of 5, I might have picked the. No, I guess the hotel was more the first one.
Yeah.
But I might have picked more of the 5 paces for the second movie. The first one, I think, is infinite, like way, way better.
So on paper, 2 wins, but in your heart, 1 wins.
In my heart of hearts. Yeah. Yeah.
So does that mean we have complete agreement here, or are you going with the points?
We'll call it a draw.
Just again. No, I would say one. I think we all kind of agree.
He's like, no. This was Matt's response. I'd say I'd win because I was keeping track and you guys weren't.
I asked who was keeping score. He said nobody.
Well, that's a horse of a different color.
So we completely agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a showdown.
Again. Yeah. I think we did in the first. We all agreed on Alien too.
Oh my God.
Alien better than Aliens.
Gosh darn it.
We're so interesting.
We need to have some opinions over
An
here.
hour of agreement.
We didn't agree all the time.
Willem Dafoe was the major sticking point.
Virginia.
You have said that every single time someone says his name.
Virginia. Have you seen
We're gonna have
John
a
Carter?
hell of a time.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you gotta see. He's a voice in it.
I saw he was in watching the cinema since he was in the Great Wall too. And just like, oh my God, he's just cashing checks.
Wow. And again,
So-
and again.
I don't really know what we're gonna do next week yet. So just keep an eye on on Facebook or Twitter or whatever to see.
We're gonna review a movie, I think.
Well, yeah, it'll probably be a movie.
Yeah. Wow.
Seeing as we do movies on Wednesdays, but if until then we've got Game of Thrones again on Sunday, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Happy trails to you.
Goodbye.